Okay, do you have any doubts before going further?
No, Subhash.
Okay. Just wait 1 minute, my server is starting.
Okay. Subhash, most of the UAE controls will interact with the databases.
Have the
Most of the list controls will interact with the databases.
Generally people will do like that. We can also use report definitions, clipboard page. We
Okay.
use any of these things.
If you use report definition each and every time, so it will interact with the database, right?
If you use, yes.
There is no cache which is similar to database. That means it will bring real-time data all time. So in all the cases,
Which one you saying? Real-time data means?
report definitions. If you use report definitions,
Mhm.
sorry.
I'm not getting your point.
No. If you go for report definitions, so each and every time will interact with the what is it report definition rule, and it will try to fetch the data from the backend.
No, it's not like that. Again, when you first call report definition, it also be stored in the data
Cache,
uh, in the clipboard.
clipboard. Okay. What is the lifetime of the clipboard object?
Whenever you close that work object, right, then clipboard also will be terminated
Okay.
for that work.
Till that time it would be alive in the clipboard memory.
Yes.
Suppose so if you started workflow
Mm-hmm.
and it may require the approval from managers or managers.
Mm-hmm.
Some it should be having some service level. What is that? ETS, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let us assume 3 days ETA. Then the work object will be alive in the clipboard.
No, it's not
That's only
like
for a particular session based upon the scope, like thread request and
it will
so
be
on.
there in the memory, but they cannot see that. Clipboard is only for developers.
Okay.
In runtime, you cannot see that, no? For debugging purpose, we are using that one. Otherwise, you cannot see that.
Oh, only for debugging purpose.
Hmm.
If in the production system, suppose okay, if you wanted to debug it, then clipboard facility would not be available.
For end users, it won't be available. For working as a
Developers.
production system, also it will be available. Only for
Okay.
developers,
Yeah. So sometimes some people will raise the issue, right? So workflow is going on. Some people will raise the issue. Source system send some particular parameter, or else at requester level. Okay, a requester already entered the input, but it's not displaying on the approver level.
Mhm.
So in that case, if you wanted to debug, so clipboard would be available for developers even in production as well.
Yes. Again, we can keep it's up to their requirement. If they want to keep it, they can keep it. Otherwise, they can also restrict that, not to show that.
Okay. So if you keep that performance, anything will impact.
No performance will be there for that.
Should not be, right?
Because it's just like a representation of the memory. So anyway, data will be there in the memory. In the data, whenever you open the work object, you will get the data from the database. It will be there, but they're just showing it for you in the systematic format.
Okay.
So now we need to create the subcases based on the number of sub products we are adding to the claim. So already we are creating the case, but earlier we just created one case, but now we need to create multiple subcases based on the size of this this product. So that is why we are going for create multiple child cases, and then so you need to mention like page list name. So based on the page list size, it will iterate each and every page, and then for each page, this will be the case type will be created. So we are already storing the claimed products in the one of the page lists. So claimed products, and then here I want to create the product claim, and then so here let's say I have two products in here. So I want to pass first product information to the first subcase, and second product information to the second subcase. It's not like I am passing all the product information to all the subcases. I want to pass the corresponding product information to the corresponding subcase only. So other subcase cannot see the other product information. The security if I want to provide, so I need to provide the source page parameter name here. So what happens is, whatever the page it is iterating, let's say it's iterating first page, the first page information will be stored in the parameter page name. All the first page information will be stored in the parameter page name. Then we need to copy this parameter page, we need to copy this data from the parameter page name to the subcase. So to do that, I am using parameter name as product details, and then I need to copy the data. So to copy the data, I am creating one more copy data from copy data to subcase. I'm creating it. Here I don't copy entire all the product information. I just copy only what we call only ID of the product, so that I can get the, if I have the ID, anytime whenever I need, I can get the data. So here also I need product ID, but this will be in the product claim class. It is product claim class. I'm creating that. So in the data page, the first thing to remember, I need to copy the data from source to product, source to target, right? So what the source here? The source is nothing but here for us is the source parameter page. So for that reason, I am creating a same parameter name. So I should use the same parameter name, product details. This is of type page. This is page type, and then to define this, what type of page it is. If you are defining any parameter as a page type, you also need to mention with the same page in the page and the classes to define what type of page it is. STM data product, and then here I will take the page product details and then PYID. I'll just copy the first data. So that's it. Automatically corresponding data will be copied into that corresponding subcase. So this is the configuration to remember. To give the page list, case type, and this is the, this is straightforward. Here you need to remember this one. What are the source page parameter name you are giving? So on that page the data will be stored. The current iteration, product will stored, data will be stored on this page parameter page name. And then if you want to pass this parameter page data to subcase, you need to create the data transform. In the data transform, you need to mention that the same parameter name here. And then you need to copy the data from that. Now submit it. Let me take this screenshot.
Subhash, it will means while initializing the subcase, parent case details will copy to the subcase.
No, it's not. I'm not saying parent case details. I am saying the current iteration. This in the page list. That is different. That is called propagation. That is the next topic anyway. So here, in this, whatever this is a page list. Each page contains some data. So each page data will be stored in this parameter page that will be copied for now.
Okay. Okay. You are not copying from parent. You are copying from some other page list.
What are the pages I am using for the source? For creating the subcases, I am using some page list, right? So from that page list, I am copying the data, not from parent.
Okay.
So now if you run the case, now you can see how many subcases are being created. First let me add two subcases, sorry, two products here. I have to climb. So two products I added. So as per our request, per our definition, so we need to, system need to create two subcases. See here, P1143, P142, both are created. Okay, now, so the main case should wait until the subcase is completed. So because the claims should not be closed until the product claims are closed. So that is why we need to configure this one using a wait step. So open the process. To remove the shapes, we should use some wait shape here. Here I am waiting for subcases. Giving some. So I want to wait for subcase. You can see wait type. What is the type? Here I want to wait for subcases. So you select the case dependency, and then we're waiting for all the subcases. That is product claim to reach the status. Resolved, completed, resolve completed. So once they reach the resolve completed, then we can make that the main case will be move forward. And then Now if you run the case once again, this time let me add only one K1's product. Now one subcase will be created. Now, so here it's going for that subcase, but if you go to main case, you can see here it's waiting dependency to be fulfilled. If you click on that, you get a message saying that the process is waiting for all product claims to reach the status resolve completed. In real time we will remove this button, but for testing purpose we cannot wait for the time, so we can also stop waiting and continue process. So if you do this, let me complete this one. Now what happens is automatically that will be mode. Submit. No thanks, maybe later. Submit. So resolve. Now if you go to parent class, so you can see the hierarchy here. This is in climb C for 475 and then product climb P144. This is the cover class for that. Now you can see there is no open assignments. This is also resolved completed because this is automatically is waiting for subcases. Once the subcase is completed, it's automatically completed. We don't need to perform that. It will wait till the subcases are completed. If we have any steps further, so here we don't have any any steps after that. That is why it's completing the main case as well. If we have any steps after this shape, then also you can see this one. You can also send one more step basically. Let me add that one. This is not resolved completed. Write one more step here, one more stage here. Wrap up. So now it will go for, so once the subcase is created, completed, it will go for wrap. It will automatically, system will wait until, the case will wait until for the subcases completion. Once those are completed, it will automatically go to next stage here in this case. Okay. Now, so we need to see whether the data we are saying that we are copying the data in the from page list to the subcase. So how can we review? So for that we need to define the page. Let me create one page property again in the product climb. So let me create one property called product details only here also. And this is a page property, is a single page, and I want to get the data from the data page. So I have to give the definition stm -data -product. Here also you need to pass the product ID. I am already storing the product ID. in this product ID class property in the product line. So I'm giving that as a parameter. Now what happens is I display that on the UI. So for displaying on the UI, I'm configuring the POM. So here I can use this one. So all the details I want to display. Category, but I will remove this help text. This should return. Everything is fine. Then I want to add one more. PY is important. PY name. So let's move this on the top. This is not PY, this is PY label. Sorry. Okay, and then submit. Okay, we'll add those results later. Once we add this, let it come. Now let me run the case. Now if you open, you can see this is subcase 1, P146 is the subcase 1. You can see product data is coming. So this is one product data, and if you open other one, so here you are getting category name APPL, and here the product name and the product ID is missing, so we need to add that to the section manually. And if you go for other section, other case, you can see here like 146 we have seen, 145 you see. This is the different fridge here. So let's configure this section. Let's add the product ID so that it will be the price should be left aligned. And we need to add two more controls, text input. product ID, and this is product name. This should be read only. And then here I want to display 2 rows per a 3 rows per a column. And then if you refresh it now, now you can see this product ID is 31EV85 and this is woven orange tail. This is for P145. But if you have P146, if you refresh it, okay, this is dishwasher. So this one is different, this one is different. So the corresponding product data is copying to corresponding subcase. So I mean this case cannot say other subcase information, and other subcase cannot see this subcase information, and this they cannot see the product information as well. Okay, and then this is how we can copy the data from main while iterating the page list to the creating the subcase. Now we have to see if I want to copy the main case data to subcase. So that concept is called data propagation. Data propagation is something to copy the data from main case or parent case or cover case, or fine, some people call it cover case, to subcase or covered case. So here this is nothing but copying the data from the main case to the subcase.
So boss, I have a question here.
Yeah.
What is work-cover class means?
Work-cover class means class only. I mean, in this case, if we want to get a parent-child hierarchy,
okay,
then the parent case will inherit from the work cover.
Child case will inherit the parent properties with the help of work cover.
Yes, it's not like inheriting. Not inheriting is there. So it's a wrapping of child case in the parent case. So if this is in this case,
okay,
create a main case. This is main claim is a main case for us. So whatever the subcase we are creating under this, these are the subcases. So but they are not inheriting anything from the claim, but they are wrapped up inside the. We are covering those subcases. Cover means that is what we call as a covered. So we are covering the subcases within the claim.
Okay, that means inner class concept of Java.
It's not like inner concepts also. Inner class is different anyway. So it's just like we cannot compare Java here. We want to perform some action and we have sub actions. So there may be some main action, we have sub actions. So the main action is covering the sub actions.
Okay, fine.
So this is the product subcases, this is the claim subcase, this is the claim main case, and as part of claim, I am creating through subcase. That means that the claim is covering the product claim cases. Okay. The claim case is covering product claim. That is why the claim is called in this case is called cover class, cover case, and this will inherit from the work cover.
Okay.
And now we will see how to use the data propagation. So if you want to copy that from parent case to subcases, so you need to go to case configuration, go to case level details. Here somewhere you can see data propagation option will be there. So data propagation. Here you need to configure which data you want to configure. Let's say you want to copy the customer data. Select the customer from this. The top one is the cover class. cover case. This is the covered case. So here also, so customer is not there. So what I will do is, instead of maintaining two properties, so to increase the reusability, I will move this class to upper layer. This customer class. So right now it is in the climb class. Now I will move to one more layer upper, like I will move to our work class. So that both climb and product climb can use the same property. So if anything is common, you can do like that. Like product ID also you can do the same thing, because product ID is there and here, so you can move that to upper layer, so that no need of maintaining two properties here. And then I will remove this one. And now here I want to copy the data from this customer. The top one will always refer to climb class. The bottom will always refer to the sub cases. So here also customer is created or not. Let me check. Yeah, customer is created, but it's not showing. Okay. So I'm copying to customer only, but the first customer will refer to the climb class customer, and second customer will refer to the sub product climb customer. So now save it. Here in the first screen of the sub case, I want to display the, where is that, here. So in the same screen I want to display, for the screen, go to subclass, process, UI section. Now go to first review product info. As part of review product info, I want to display customer information as well. So for that, let's add layout, and then we can also use section directly, I believe, because here we are using data customer. Clipboard page is customer, section name is, oh, it's not there. Okay, we need to manually create it. So now we need to do one by one. So I need first of all full name only. I don't need all the things, first name, last name I don't need. Customer, full name, and this should be read only. I need the email address, and I want to show whichever the information you want to show only, you need to copy those information. So if you want to hide also, you can hide something like this from the UI. Customer email, read only, and I want to use in the grid table Okay, save it. To make it more user friendly, I'm using divider. Now if you see whatever the customer data I'm giving in the first screen, I mean in the main class, it will be copied to the subcase. So I have given John Brown here. So only the full name will come with the email ID there. Let's go ahead. Okay, I'm creating one subcase this time. Submit. I can see customer details. You can see here John Brown is the full name and his email address. Only two are coming. So you can just review the screen here and you can submit it. The product information you can see and you can submit. You can go for next screen. I want to develop the. So here we need to capture the purchase date, like invoice details, like when he bought it. And here we need to take the decision. So basically we need to call the decision here, but this is how we can propagate the data. So as part of propagation we need to do one more thing. So we need to copy the address as well. So I want to deliver the address to the customer address. Right? I want to deliver the address to customer address. So again, whatever the data I am capturing in the first screen, that should go to delivery. So here in the subcase we have delivery is there. So deliver to customer option is there. So whatever the data that is coming, I need to display here the customer address details. So if they want to change, we can change it, but we want to copy the old address details to here, so that if they want to modify again, we can give the edit options here to modify it if required. So that means that I need to propagate that one as well. Address details, here also address details. Okay. So from main case, whatever the information you want, it may be page property, it may be a seller property, it may be any property. So from main case or subcase we want to copy, you need to do in the data propagation configuration. And then if you go to that delivery address section, so where is that delivery is there? Already we have separate property here. So I think what we can do is delivery address is there in, okay, already using. So already we are using same property only, so it will be automatically copied. So no need to do anything here. Already section is configured. Now let me run the case once again with address details. But here I want to display in the edit mode, so that if they want to edit the address, they can edit it while delivering this one, the product. I'll run it. Add to climb, submit, subcase is created, review the product information, product and customer information, submit it. This is also submit. This is also submit. No thanks, maybe later. Feedback. Select product. Oh, it's not copying. Let's see that in the clipboard. So we are in P148. Let's go to PY work page. address details. So it's not. I think we didn't give any address details. Right. So let's run the case once again. Now to give some address data, then it will come. Test. Submit. 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 Thanks, maybe later. Submit. You can see. So whatever the data I entered there, that is coming to the subcase level. So here we are providing the edit feature for the customer for the processor to, if you want to change the address, so we need to have some provision to change the address here, so that we are giving edit option. So if that is not there, you can make them as a read only as well. Okay. So, but with now right now we are adding the data, that is fine. But this is how about adding the data. I mean, copying the data from main case to subcase. Now the next task is the next topic we are going to discuss is. So any doubts here before going to next topic?
No. Sure.
Okay. So now we are adding the data, but we need to validate that we are not validating the data. So here we enter any data here. Let's say if you run the case, in the email field, even if I enter test, it will accept. Because there is no validation there, but there is not a valid email address. Test is not a valid email address. So we need to have some validation for validating the data you are entering, the user is entering. This maybe, let's say if the phone, if the some price is there. So the price should be definitely some integer, not give text there. So zip file is there. For zip file also I entered test as well in the earlier case. That should be some number. So we should have some validations the data you are entering. So for let's say if some percentage field is there somewhere. So the percentage field cannot be more than 100. That is invalid. So then I mean technically there is a number. If you give 110 as a percentage, so that is technically may possible, but just 100% more than 100% is not a valid value. So that is why we can throw an error message. So in the next class we will see how to add the validation. We have different validation mechanisms in Pega, so we will see one by one. So and then we will validate the data. Okay.
Okay. And one more question, Subhash. Can we populate the values from subcase to parent case also?
So subcase to parent case is not possible directly. So I mean we can do aggregation. That is called aggregation. Like let's say
if you wanted to do, say, after completion of subcase, that means line items, anything. If you wanted to calculate the total value at parent case level, then how could be?
That's what. So if you want to do some aggregation, you can do that aggregation at parent case level. So if you go to, that is called aggregation, means getting the data from the subcases and do the calculations. So that aggregation will be there.
So can't we pass the text data? Aggregation means it's kind of calculation and numeric values, right?
For calculations we can do. It's not data cannot be directly copied. So you need to manually write the logic to make it available for the main case. Aggregation is not there here. Let's
manually write logic means using similar, however we are writing now using data transform.
Data transform. So because in the data, right, you need to write activities.
Yeah. Oh, activities. Okay. But it would be right scenario in real time, right?
It's not, I mean, generally most of the times we don't copy the data. I mean, but sometimes most of them will do aggregation, like we will do calculations only. So here you can do calculations.
Okay.
So calculate a property, okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the main case, and here you can see calculations options are coming.
Yeah.
So here, let's say you are saying them some. I want to know sum of the all the. So once you, I mean, in sub case you are entering some data, like some price data you are entering. Now in the main case, I want to show the final sum. You have two sub cases. In one sub case you entered sum as a 10. I mean some property as a 10. The other sub case you entered as a 20. So I want to show 30 here. So if you want to do that kind of calculations, then only this one will work. This will take the value from sub case. You can do only sub case you can do here. You cannot do other than that. Just say product details dot price is sum of the following. So sum of the following means you need to enter the sub cases here. What are the sub cases you want to? Product claim, product is, then product details dot price. So now what happens? Let's say whatever the price you are entering in the sub cases, in the product type sub cases, it will be, I mean how many sub cases you are creating, all the sub cases will be summed up and will be stored in this property in the main case. That's it can do. You can the aggregation means just you can do the calculations. You cannot copy the data. It's not like copying, it's like summing of the data. Okay? But if you want to really copy the data, I mean direct mechanism won't be there. You need to write the logic for that to whatever the data you want to move, you can move that and then you can persist the data. Okay, but here this aggregation concept won't work. We don't have
How did we open the calculation property from step properties or also from the
from case details only? Go to case, and here you can see calculations will be coming.
Oh, okay. So that means for the entire case type, the calculations will be open, right?
Yes. Moreover, when they have sub cases only, this will be shown. So calculation button, this option will be shown only when you create the sub cases only. When you have option to sub cases only, then that will be shown.
Okay.
Okay. The next session we'll discuss about validations and we'll go forward. And this weekend also you don't have class. Next weekend only we will take the class for you. We'll meet on Monday.
Okay, that means tomorrow I have no class, right?
Yeah, tomorrow and day after tomorrow. We'll meet on Monday.
So Sunday evening again?
Sunday evening means?
Why Sunday evening?
For Sunday evening means my Monday?
Yeah.
Yes. Every time I will say my timings only, so I can convert into.
Okay, fine, no problem. So your Monday morning the class will be started, right? Again? Yeah, okay. And Subhash, so actually, so I practiced these all ants on 7.1.6.
Okay.
So you know the open exercise links, right, from like online
Correct.
training courses. So many differences are there between 1.6 and 1. This is 8, right?
Say 1.8. So only difference is in the case management. Otherwise, there is no difference. Only in the case design.
Yeah.
In the case design only will see.
There actually you could open the calculations in different way. Open the case type and go to the properties.
That's what only in the case designer.
Here it's populating everything in the right hand side menu for you.
This is context sensitive. There we need to go for here or else here in the body. Here you can see 3 separate tabs will be there in 716. Like case detail, something like that. But I mean the place may be different, but the functionality won't change anyway.
Okay. So 7.1.9 means so we could expect more changes.
No. There, I mean, more changes means not every time on the case designer. In the case designer 7.1.8, after that there is no much changes on the later releases. So that is 7.1. The look and feel will be same. Just the here you can see the buttons are very heavy weight. So they are making them some lightweight components, but the overall look and feel will be same. Just here and there they will be changing the options.
Okay.
And they will use some different verb, different text for each and every option. So this time they may use this one. They will change this text to make it more business friendly. So but the internal logic will be same, but the UI wise, sometimes they will be changing the text. So let's say we have a page list. So earlier they made the page list, again they changed it to object list. So again they made it page list. So sometimes it will be changing, interchanging. They will change the labels for the properties and the case designer, I mean labels. But internally everything is same.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can, if you have any doubts, I mean, if you have any question, I mean, problem for using 716, let's show me your screen. I will tell you where you need to configure the case and everything.
No, actually I need to practice on 7.1.9 because I have to work on the 1.9 version.
Same as 1.1.8, there won't be here. They can see some. You see, these buttons are heavy weighted. There you can see some lightweight components. Other than that, there won't be much difference. But in 7.2 again, there is somewhat difference. The mechanism is somewhat different. There we don't use like case management, but we can use modular case management. They added one more added advantages there in 7.2. Okay.
Yeah, fine, Subhash.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, bye. Have a weekend. Bye.